Web? But, uh, hello. I'm alive. I wanted to at least stream a little bit today. Just a little bit. I can't even go that hard today, cause like, I've got games to play with Rose tomorrow. So I gotta make sure I'm good there. Plus I got what, like 3 hours of sleep? A little stream just to cuddle and talk? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, also I want to show off something that that's part of my excuse as to why I took so long to start streaming. I was just messing around with something. Hello. You only speaking pues now? Bue. Bue. It's like the chocobo, but slightly different. Bue. Okay, well, here's what I was trying to get put together. Because I'll be going straight into like the study hall energy, right? But this is what I was messing with. Well, not quite a bar. Oh. Look, I exist in a place. Let me just fix this. Move that. Okay, now it's all the way at the top. Okay, but I thought the Okay, well that how do we feel about this, huh? How do we feel about this? Hmm. Someday you're gonna be the death of my sleep schedule. Well, I'm already the death of my own sleep schedule, so Lamau. I just want people to look up a little bit. They don't really have a okay, so listen, they don't really have a college classroom, okay? Let's see. And what do can I look up a little bit more? Okay, I might have not not tried too hard to make this. Well, I wanted to sell that I'm, looking at looking at what I'm working on, so it's fine. And then what I can do, I can open this up. Open. And then I guess fill. Also, hi Logan. It says you're still a bit tired. Yeah, I am a bit tired. I did not get a lot of sleep. I played a little bit too much Elden Ring, but I promised to stream today, so I'm gonna stream today. So alas, here I am. So let me grab some water. So hi Zarina, hi. Okay, how does this kind of sell like I'm studying? I would hope so. And what I can do. Oh yes, we'll classroom and I will drink water. Funnily enough, there's not many better sitting poses. So my hand's just kind of sitting there. But you know what? It's fine. Cause I can just kind of, you know, I can just kind of move myself over here. And now it's kind of hidden. Okay, and now I'm trying to mess around with some fancy stuff. Chatbox and stream break. Oh whoa. Yeah, suddenly I think the chat lagged for some. I don't know why. That's weird. That's really weird. I'm sorry. But yes, my stream might be bugging slightly. However, I'm doing my best. Okay, now that works. Fall semester of college? I mean, that was the plan. I have. That was the plan. I gotta lock in and actually do what I need to do to get that ready. If it's not too late already. Hopefully, it's not too late. Do this. Do this. I think my computer's not the 3D environment. I think it likes it, right? Is it freezing? I'm buffering every second? Huh? I mean, things look fine on my end. Everything looks everything looks good on my end. Everything's green, everything's like excellent quality. Migrate your bed, yeah. You go migrate to bed, it's okay. We're also testing out some new stuff, so no worries there. Anyways, when I look here, it hides it, so it's fine. Mobile attempt, can you say Sally sells seashells by the seashore? Yeah, I can. Guys, okay, well, like I said, there's only so many posts that are safe for me to do, so... But yeah, Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Coughing up a lung after you got into your bed, I don't know why. Okay, average eye experience with it. You know what I think it might be? I think it's legit just COVID damage. Because I have a cough too that has never disappeared. Ah, man, I probably... Don't make me check that clip to make sure I don't have to delete it, okay? Okay, I can move this down, right? And move myself this way? I just wanted to make the math streams look a little bit more like me, you know? Does it even load? Alright, let me take a look at the clip. Failed to determine content classification, huh? I guess it's just chilling. I guess it's just trying to figure out what bucket. Maybe what it is, it might have been sick, might be sick with COVID or something. If I got a cold for 2 months now. Sometimes I just lay down and I just start coughing too. So that's not, you're not alone. And like, I've had friends who are nervous about like, hey, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not sick or anything. I just think I got like some degree of damage from COVID way back then. what the hell is doing? I'm doing math. I'm doing math. You can see me. I'm experimenting with different ways to do the math streams. I'm just doing math. But also, hi Torpid, hi. What are you doing here? Alright. Also, if I sound tired, it's because I am. It's not because I am. I may or may not have streamed until like 6 AM doing Elden Ring, and I had to get up like 3 hours later. You like math? You're gonna stay? Alright, well, you're welcome to stay. Pronounce them A. Math. Math. I'm pronouncing the A. Give Kaiser a good boy. Does Kaiser want a good boy? Alright, well then, Kaiser, you're a very good boy. You deserve all the kisses and all the pats. Thank you for being you, and thank you for being such a lovely person. You're a very good boy. Mwah. I'm pronouncing the A in math. Math? Math. Math. Okay, if F is not linear. This is linear. This is linear solving. So, not this. Might not stick around since method your forte. Hey, you think I understand any of this? I barely understand any of this either. You can just let your eyes glaze over, do something else in the background. But yeah, I'm literally just chilling, reading chat, doing some light studying before I pass out. Trust me, I'm not expecting you to understand any of this. Lack of a general formula. Okay, there's a lack of a general formula. What is this? This is nonlinear equations of differential equation. So before in differential equations, we learned that there is something called linear equations. And now this part of the chapter is covering nonlinear. Can make it a little bit bigger. And I'm reading that apparently there are no general formulas for nonlinear equations. Ooh, a box. Okay, that's good. The following fundamental existence and uniqueness theorem is analogous to theorem 2.1. Proof is a great more deal complicated and is postponed to section 2.12. Think you vaguely remember? Well, you know what? However vaguely you remember it, it's not even important. You can just grab something on the other side, or you can grab something else you want to get done, and just do it alongside me. Okay. You know, earlier today, I was realizing that well, having a little bit of an existential crisis, because the person who inspired me to create content in the way that I do, you know, is use kind of paint and just do math on stream and that kind of thing, was inspired by someone, and it turns out that someone isn't really cool. So I'm like, wait a second, if I'm mimicking someone who is a jackass, like, what does that make me? Oh no, I know. Just I like existential crisis because like I was inspired to stream by a certain, well, not exactly inspired to stream, but I was pushed closer to streaming due to a certain content creator who has been since disgraced, more or less. Let's just say also used MS Paint a lot. No reason to have a crisis. They might have been inspired by a jackass, but they aren't a jackass. True. You like someone? I mean, I don't like them anymore. They failed my vibe check a while back. Getting good food from a really shame for enjoying the good food when it's good food. True. I mean, he did have a lot of inspirational words for like game developers and really anyone. I guess there's like a little bit of shame too. It's like I thought I had a good sense of people, but no, apparently this guy was just had a really good mask. But then again, that was just me kind of being like weird. Although usually, oh, that missed me. Yeah, I'll move it over to, where is it? Why, yes we are, Thunder. Why, yes we are. Like it was him that inspired me to make the design document for the first version of Celti, right? Like, obviously I don't give the credit to one person in particular, it was me who did the work, but yeah. But that was just my little bit of existential crisis earlier today. I know, I've since realized, like, hey, I'm good. You know what it's like? You like stand up before all the drama happened. Just really just suck, but it's not your fault for liking someone who you thought was the real self. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also, like, consider this. If someone streams themselves yapping, but also doing work, like, I don't know, fucking doing math, also talking, do you really think that while they're trying to entertain, they're gonna be doing that good of a job anyways? Like, what do people expect? That's why I always say, hey, I'm a rookie, I'm not a teacher, I don't do anything, I'm just doing this for fun. It's like, I am not an expert whatsoever. But yeah, since I've just kind of stopped and moved away, because usually, and the reason I do this, the reason I kind of treat content creators like I drop them off on the on the drop of a dime or whatever the phrase is just gonna protect myself from getting too parasocial, right? Of course, with recent exceptions to that, usually I just have like a vibe check policy for content creators. Like if they pass the vibe check for me, I'm like, you know, casual enjoyer. And if they don't pass the vibe check, I just stop watching them. I find math fun. Yeah, I'm finding what I'm doing right now very fun. In fact, it actually it's woken me up. Before I was much more sleepy, but now I am more awake and alert. Oh boy, if Pen falls in one, everyone's gonna see, did the cat really die in the box? All the phrases in one. It's game W plays. Oh, W plays. I've seen W plays. Well, I've not seen it. All I've seen on Twitter is just people, well, not people, Deltarune fans and Undertale fans specifically putting weird shit all over the board. Like an infinite amount of art. Brazil for hours makes you happy. Yay, a lot of FOMO. I mean, you can just make something, right? Okay, so trying to break down what this theorem is saying. Trying to learn. Monster icons around me house. Oh, you know, it'd be fun to put something around my house. But like, I wouldn't be able to show chat. Ever. A tall call icon like a city over? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's, you know, there's Monster fans all over the place. Okay, let the functions f and derivative of f, partial derivative of f with respect to y, be continuous in subrectangle. Okay, so basically we have x and y. In some rectangle, alpha to beta Okay, so this rectangle right here containing the points of the initial value, like our place, yeah, except like the entire world, I assume, or I conclude. Then in some interval, it's all the secrets of the universe. I'm gonna refund that because I can't do that. You can put your Discord in and everything. Oh, your Discord in? How does that work? You can make friends if you want. Oh, cool. I wonder if there's any Monster fans in my town that are terminally online enough that they will be there. I know, you just wanted to dump some points away. Alright. I guess I need to have more things that you can dump points on. I mean, now that I'm trying to figure out water a little bit more, I could just, like, have some spray water redeems or something. I don't know. So then on some interval, x naught minus h less than x, which is less than 70k points. Oh my god, what am I even gonna do? How are people at 70k points? Like, people want to watch me that much? It's an honor. But 70k points, my goodness. Kisses, Thunder. You deserve all the kisses. Mwah. Also, hi, Maru. You're a very good Thunder. Thank you for being you, and thank you for being so supportive and everything. And then, Torvid, you're a good person. You know that. Don't forget, you're a good person. You're a person who is valued and cherished, and you have just very many good qualities, and you deserve a kiss too, and a head pat, because you're a good person, and don't forget that. All right. Okay, then on some interval, just some interval. Also, hi Maru, yeah, this is literally just from Warudo. The same software that I use. It's just on here. Okay, so the interval contains this point too. So in some interval from here to here, there's a unique solution, which is just, I'm just gonna demonstrate by like making it yellow. There's a unique solution. Fish? 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 Let's see. The book says the conditions stated in theorem 2.2 are sufficient to guarantee the existence. Okay, they're sufficient. Guarantee unique solution existence. However, the determination of a value for h may be difficult. Okay. But welcome in, Maru. So, yeah, a little bit of a new setup. I'm experimenting, trying to experiment with making making the work along streams a little bit more interesting. Moreover, even if function f that does not satisfy the hypotheses of the theorem, it's possible that even though it might not satisfy the hypotheses, it's still possible that a unique solution may exist. Okay. Indeed, the conclusion of the theorem remains true if the hypothesis about the continuity of this is replaced with by certain weaker conditions. Okay. Mini check? There's no way she'd be here. She's gotta sleep too. Let's see. But yeah, yes. I can show the whole, like, it's a whole room. Like, it's more than you see here. It is literally a whole classroom, by the way. Present form of the theorem is satisfactory for most purposes. It can be shown by means of examples as some conditions on F are essential in order to obtain the results stated in the theorem. For instance, the following example shows the initial value problem may have more than one solution if the hypotheses... Ooh.
Guide. 1. Gather wood chips, many you will need. 2. Glue or resin, strong you must use to bind. 3. Frame, sturdy must be. Create first from solid wood. 4. Layer chips, in frame, press firmly, use weight. 5. Let dry, patience you must have. 6. Sand smooth, paint or seal, craftsmanship of a Jedi, required it is.
That's just carpentry, isn't it? Okay, it can be shown that some examples by means of by means of examples that some conditions on F are essential in order to obtain a result. Okay, for instance, the following example shows that the initial value problem may have more than one solution if the hypotheses of theorem 2.2 are violated. Okay. Why bother with wood chips when you can have a door made of resin? Okay, but have you tried getting resin to like dry clearly? I don't know. Resin's not fun to work with. Then again, I wouldn't really know. Okay. Okay, example 1. Consider initial value problem. Equals y to the 1/3 y of 0 is 0. No. This would be a good way to introduce bug to parents. Yeah, and I usually do. I used to do more of these, but then things got weird and busy. But I'm happy to be doing this again. Oh yeah, I'm normal. Listen, I'm not even a lewd tube. I'm not lewd. I just do math, that's it. And I happen to be a femboy, that's it. It's easily solved by a later method, but can verify that. Phi 1 of x equals 2/3 x. We have x is greater or equal to 0. That this satisfies both prime equals y third and not a g and y of 0 equals 0. Okay. Okay, and then on the other hand, The negative of this problem is also solution, and so is average close to gate tab. No, it's just what are we talking about? All the yaoi gone. Oh my god. The yaoi is flushed. Metaphorically. What is all this saying? So now we're gonna take all these possible answers, right? Like this is an answer, this is an answer, this is an answer. I'm just like, okay, if they're all answers, let's try to like bring them all together in one function, quote unquote. Being recommended by Sleepy, hey. I'm just weird in that doing this wakes me up. Like I was sleepy, I was tired. But I also will have to make sure not to go too long. Plus or minus 2/3 is x naught 3/2. Want to stay longer, but you're way too tired. So night night, night night. Thank you for even stopping by, Average. I'm happy to see you, obviously. So go rest if you need to. Trust me, you're not missing much. Mwah. Okay, so we're gonna show where this is basically showing that they are continuous. They're continuous. We can even graph them. So not only are they continuous, because like all the cases are covered. Like there's no place where it's gonna be like, uh-oh, there's no answer. Because no matter what these numbers are, it's gonna be fine. It's not like there's gonna be like a 1 over infinity or 1 over 0 or something. Differentiable meaning that we can find the slope at any time, aka the derivative. And the fact that they're solutions. Hence, there are n hence there are an infinite family of solutions for this problem. Because like every single version of this where the x naught is different is its own solution, right? And like that x could be any number, and there's, you know, infinite numbers. So question though. If we were just talking about solutions being unique, right? If we have an infinite number of solutions, then there's no one unique one, right? Unique implies that there's gonna be one. So let's try to apply that to my love for still thinking we graph this double exponential parabolic? Huh? Okay, putting a 2 in the front just makes it narrower. They're just like a narrow parabola. Okay. The non-uniqueness does not contradict. Since okay. Ads? The ads will be over eventually. I promise you're not missing much. Okay, so... taking a look at that answer, is it continuous or even defined? And this function is not continuous or even defined at any point where y equals 0. Okay, well there we have it. For this equation, it doesn't even get close to having a point where y is equal to 0, like at all. Right? Hence, the theorem does not apply in any region containing any part of the x-axis. Math ads? Like legit math ads? Bug like my math flirt. It was cute. It was cute. Good job, Thunder. So it's not continuous on the x-axis, where y equals 0. It does not apply in any region containing part of the x-axis. If the initial value, the initial point, is any point not on the x-axis, however, then there's a unique solution. I see. Do I see? Not really. I don't really get it, but... Okay, so we do know whatever this is right here. is not defined at y equals 0, right? Hence the theorem does not apply in a region containing any part of the x-axis. Okay. So, and then the theorem says, right, be continuous in some interval, right? So, if it's not continuous, then we know that the rectangle can't be on the x-axis. But if the point is not on the x-axis, there's a unique solution of the differential equation passing through that point. And then what happens, but that's what we have. Ugh. Okay. Interval definition. I see the blind man. Yeah, I think it's just kind of a vocal stem. I just say it. But can you blame me? Okay, interval definition for the linear initial value problem 2, 3. Okay, initial value problem 2, and the initial value problem of a linear equation. The solution exists if there are any interval about x equals to x naught, meaning the initial x value, which the functions of p and g are continuous. Okay. For the nonlinear initial value problem 1 and 2, interval which the solution exists may be difficult to determine. Like we said, h may be difficult to determine. The solution y equals phi of x exists as long as the point x, phi of x remains within the region in which the hypotheses of the theorem are satisfied. I'm guessing the hypotheses are that function f and partial derivative of f with respect to y are continuous in some rectangle. Like, it's just, we're checking, is it continuous? However, since phi of x, pause, usually it's not known, it may be impossible to locate the point with respect to this region. In any case, the interval in which the solution exists may have no simple relationship to the function of f. This is illustrated in the following example. A algebraic equation of finding two values, because there's no time in real life where you could have two unknown values. There's gotta be at least one instance though, right? Surely there's at least one instance where that could be helpful. Okay, so basically all this is saying is that, hey, for the nonlinear IVP, the solution and the point that the solution lies on may be difficult to impossible to locate. The interval in which a solution exists may have no really one-to-one relationship to the function of f in the first place. The interval could just be anything. It could be anywhere. As operative may not. In a close situation you could have is dealing with astrophysics, but that is to such a degree because there's so many values. But if all of them are relative, you might not have two of the values you're looking for. You have 20 other relative values. Head hurty. Ugh. Example 2 demonstrates this. Can you blame me for yawning? Okay. I probably should go to bed like around 3. I think that's gonna be a good... You're a nerd, but you hate math? Because the way we teach math isn't useful? Yeah, math is the language. Yet it's taught like, hey, memorize all the stuff. It's a language, and it's taught like, hey, memorize your times tables, and then memorize this thing, and then memorize this thing, and then just plug into the formulas, and then you have your answer. And well, I fervently believe that we should be taught from a very young age to not only know all this math, like terminology and like all the math phrases and all that stuff, but also to be encouraged to play around with it, mess around with it. Because how else will we discover things like that? Imagine teaching English by forcing someone to memorize the dictionary. Exactly. You get me. You get me. By direct substitution, that y equals 1 over 1 minus x is the solution. You see, I love the language, Thunder. I love the language of math. That's what I love. Using it's fun, like applying it sure is fun. I just like learning it though. Okay, and then as we can see here, it's got 1 minus x. So clearly, well, definitely 100%, as x approaches 1, we have a problem. Or technically, we have an asymptote. Or, as the text says, unbounded. On the interval... Well, not on, only valid for... Tara, hi Tara, good morning, hi. Forgive me, I have a slightly different layout for math. It's a work in progress, but I'm just kind of doing stuff. But good morning. Good morning, it me. Okay. And then it's also saying that there is no indication from the differential equation itself, however, that the point x equals 1 is in any way remarkable. Okay. is in any way remarkable. Moreover, say we replace 32 songs in the queue? Yeah, sure, I don't see why not. You can throw 2 songs in the queue, let me know what they are. Let's say we replace initial condition with zero plus y of naught. We get and now is unbounded as x approaches 1 over 1. In my DMs, I will check those. Okay, this shows another issue with non-linear IVPs. Which is basically the singularities of the solution may depend on the initial condition rather than anything else. Alright, let me see what Thunder is thinking I add to the list. Oh, okay. Let's just listen to that a little bit then. Alright. May have no simple relationship to the function f. And basically here we see that there's no relationship, it's just kind of based on the initial condition. Okay, another way in which linear and nonlinear equations differ is the concept of general solution. For first order linear solution, it's possible to obtain a solution containing one arbitrary constant, from which all possible solutions follow by specifying values of this constant. Yeah, we know that. Well, I remember that. For a nonlinear equation, this may not be the case. Okay. May not be the case. It's not the case. It may not be the case. Noted. Even though a solution containing an arbitrary constant may be found, there may be other solutions that cannot be attained by giving values to this constant. Okay. Specific examples are given problems 3 and 6. Thus, we will use the term general solution when only when discussing linear equations. Okay. Basically, general solution only for linear equations, not for nonlinear. Implicit solutions, okay. We recall that for the first order linear equation, there's an explicit formula, okay. For nonlinear equations, it's really possible to find such an explicit solution. Explicit being like, what? Explicit being like, hey, it's I wouldn't say simple, but it's clear, right? It's like, oh, it's y equals x, something like that. Wait, Rieri? She's probably, I think she's out doing stuff. I think she's busy. Apologies if you're looking forward to seeing Rieri, but I think she's busy. Often the best that we can do is eliminate the derivative that appears in equation 1. Thereby obtaining in place of differential equation a derivative-free equation in the form okay, that's kinda, that's a lot. Attached to by the content waifu? I know, crazy, right? She likes playing Elden Ring with me, but I have to do my own thing eventually. Well, every once in a while, right? League of Legends. Music from League of Legends. Wow. Oh, but it's good though. Collapse are fine but not permanent. True, true. Very true. Eliminate the derivative that appears in equation 1. And equation 1 is like all the way at the start. Equation 1 is just y prime equals f of x, y. Clear Cole doesn't want to cuddle. Oh, if only I could help with that. I wish I could. I'm sorry to hear that you're cold. I would offer my services, but I'm a little spiky. I'm a little spiky. You happy to sleep on concrete stairs? No, why would you sleep on concrete stairs? Yeah, Goober. I don't know why you would, but you understand. Even better. Okay, Thunder, you don't understand. People who are cold sleepers will attach themselves to anything warm. I know, because I'm a cold sleeper. And I am heat seeking. I will suck out the heat. I will literally siphon away any heat that you give me from anything. And I will latch onto it. Used to main him, but they nerfed his passive and ultimates, and I listened to this as well. Okay. You listen to that to study. And reminisce. Heard, okay. Hot, you mean bet. You mean deal. Nice try though. I'm just telling you that if you say you're an oven, that is exactly what cold sleepers want. Okay, just following along here. Differentiate equation 11 with respect to x. Okay, you can't even see this though, but I'm looking at it. With respect to x, obtaining either that or that. Equation 10. Or c for x is greater than negative c less than c. There are many functions that satisfy equation 11. What these are, okay. Oh, they're just showing all the things that satisfy that algebraic equation, okay. We can see a graph of those later. Only two of these functions satisfy the general equation over the entire interval. And we're looking for over the entire interval. You've been told you run hot too? I mean, technically, we all run hot because our bodies function at what? A temperature of like 90, almost 100 degrees? Basically. It's not almost, like, I know it shouldn't round up like that, but like 97 point something. But still, that's almost 100. That's pretty high. And if you're cuddling, that's like at least some skin on skin contact, so it's gonna be very warm. 98.6? Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds right. So compared to that, we're all a little warm. I think I've also been told I run hot or that I'm warm before. Graphical or numerical construction of integral curves. Ooh. Construction of integral curves? This could be helpful. With respect to x, okay, and then that is cooking temperature. Heat loss to ambient is different person to person. That is cooking temperature. I mean, the inside, but then the outside is a whole different story. I think 100 would be enough to fry an egg. Would it be like the safest egg in the world? I don't think so. But I think it would be enough to cook it. But you cannot cook an egg on a person. I think it'll just spoil before. Water cooks at 100? Okay, well that's Celsius. We're not talking... 98 is a fair... 98, that's a Fahrenheit. That's a Fahrenheit number. If that was in Celsius, then we'd be dead. If you had a 98 Celsius temperature, you'd be dead. Oh, that was a joke. Oh, that was a joke. Oopsie. I mean, how am I supposed to know? I'm just a little bug. I'm just a little bug. Okay, graphical and numerical construction of integral curves. The dimension rate to obtain exact analytic solutions of nonlinear differential equations. Methods that yield approximate solutions or other qualitative information about solutions may be of great importance. Cool. So graphing shit. Because sometimes like integral curves can be weird to graph, and I don't know how to graph them. You grew up in Europe, your brain defaults to Celsius. I don't blame you. Celsius is superior in several ways, many ways. What about these geometrical graphical methods to investigate behavior solutions with differential equations? Differential equation that we say at any point the slope geometrically, the differential equation says that at any point the slope of the solution has the value f of xy. We indicate this by drawing line segments through the thing with slope of xy. Often helpful to visualize the direction field by drawing short line segments at some representative center points. We also use computer, sketch the direction field for a given differential equation. It requires a repeated evaluation. Okay, so I could grab my graphing calculator to make a vector field. Okay. Direction field for y prime is figure 2.8. They're superimposed lightly in the direction field at 2.8. Thus, the sketch of the direction field does not lead immediately to the formula for a solution, it provides some qualitative information about the solutions. Okay, so we're just graphing the vector field, direction field. Celsius is only better in science because the world works with much bigger temperatures. Fahrenheit is better. We're talking about weather in humans because we can notice the difference between small temperature changes. Fair, yeah. That is a point. That is a point for Fahrenheit. I mean, obviously they have their benefits both, or else we wouldn't be using them, right? Equation 1, slope y, okay. As a constant value c at all points of the curve. Isoclines. Isoclines? Not necessarily. Look at feet, inches, miles. We still use those. The thing you won't learn is imperial units because the important points are weird numbers. At memorizing numbers. That's fair. That's fair. I just happen to think in imperial, so I keep using imperial. That's it. The slope. Okay, so isoclines are places where Places where the slope is the same? Yeah, it's places where the slope is the same at any point, at every point along the curve. It's the curve that you can draw, kind of just draw, right? Oh, I see it now, I see it. You can't see it, but I understand now. Basically, this is telling me, hey, use a fucking calculator, numbnuts. Like, use a computer. Use a computer, it'll be better. As clients with hyperbolas, okay. We can figure out where the hyperbolas are. Via a graph. Via an XY graph? -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. I wonder how we find that. Alright. Notes 2, 3 nonlinear equations. Save file, new. Ah, flashbang, okay. Can you really have a good measurement system if you can't do dollar per distance, $5 a foot? $5 a foot? I mean, you can do, what, dollars a meter, right? Yeah, a metric is easy to remember. That is nice. Sorry, I'm starting to fade away. Okay, but a little bit. We'll just do separable equations. A little bit of separable equations. Separable equations. It's morning for Terra, though. It'd be cute though, but it's morning for Terra. It can be convenient to write dy dx equals f xy in the form mxy plus nxy dy over dx equals 0. Okay, and then apparently it's always... You had a good night's sleep already? Yeah, but hey, but good morning. I mean, if you don't have to get up, you can just keep sleeping. I've definitely woken up at 9:52 in the morning and been like, nope, I'm not done yet, and fallen back asleep. Granted, I work second shift, and also, sometimes I get to wake up at 2 in the afternoon. By setting... Can I sleep already? I just slept 9 hours? Oh, but you know what? You can always sleep more. I love sleeping. But also, I mean, sleep have a healthy respect for each other. Because I know too much sleep is a bad thing. But like, what if you're just a little bit slightly warm and then just crawl back into bed and just happen to fall asleep? There may be other ways. Be other ways. Woke up at 9 a.m. to see something was no longer by my side. Yeah. Found out you guys are really sleeping in there. Yeah, it's something that I do every once in a while. But yeah, I'm a quiet sleeper, so it's not really huge. It's not really a huge issue because I don't make any noises. You don't recognize that slightly changed lyrics of "At Cosmos So Lonely." Oh, I did not. I did not know. I don't know. I don't know songs very well. Maybe other ways. In the event that M is a function x only, and n of, ooh, that's not of, it's more of a scribble, n of y only. Then it takes form, m of x plus n of y dy over dx equals 0. Do you snore? I didn't hear any snoring, but then again, I didn't have any headphones in, so I wouldn't know. Sometimes it's hard to hear. Because like I could put my phone literally right next to me on max volume, and sometimes Discord audio is a little weird. So I wouldn't know. For example, x equals x squared plus y squared goes to and look at that. Meanwhile, we have this here. M is a function. Okay. And so what I do see with the max volume to hear the occasional bug noise. Do I even make a bug noise? It's mostly probably just ruffling, like rustling of sheets and movement. I don't mind you guys know messed up by big bad medical procedure, smells like a truck. Damn. I hope that doesn't like make them uncomfortable. I know I snore if I have to scrunch up to sleep. Well, I scrunch up to sleep all the time. Like I sometimes, and especially in the winter, I really curl up. So that's a loud ad. Oh no, I'm sorry. They sometimes do that. That's the thing they do. Such an equation is such an equation is separable. So that's what separable equations means. You can kind of separate it. You can literally separate it, yeah. Alright, though I think that's a good spot to chill at. How the fuck does YouTube radio even? I'm trying to figure it out. How the fuck does it work? But hey, we got to the point where we found out what separable equations are. That's good. We can do... so I'm doing something different. I'm trying to learn more and then do the problems. And then do the problems. Because, damn, sometimes the progress with the math is so slow. Even I feel self-conscious. Just kind of looking... okay, that's too much energy. I'm just kind of bored digging around. What am I doing? Well, Thunder, do I really occasionally make a soft groan? That's a little embarrassing. kind of like the noise when I stretch. That could just be me stretching in the middle of my sleep. That's weird. Still. You're lucky that I do that. Not stretching noises, but you're lucky that I do the sleeping. Stretch, okay. Okay. And here's what I'm gonna do. I do this, 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 this. Okay, there we go. Oh. And this. Look, it's me, and I'm like in a more normal pose now. You can actually see my face better. Let me get some water too. Do you want a key jingle right before I leave? You have such trouble sleeping and I help a lot? Well, I'm happy to help. I'm gonna need this, going to bed. Alright. Lana, you're a very good boy. You deserve a kiss and a head pat. Thank you for being you, thank you for being patient, and thank you for being such a wonderful person. Mwah. You're a very good boy, Plana. And May! Oh my god, May! No, May! No, May, you show up now. You show up now, 2 hours into the short stream as I'm ending. No. Hi, May. Love you. I hope you're doing well. I just did 2 hours of math at the stream. I am. I'm sorry. We just did a fair amount of math. But yeah, I got like 3 hours of sleep, and I'd like to get 6 hours of sleep today. So yeah. Tehe. But yeah, May, do you see this? Ow. Rude. Oh god, I just fucking lit up my OBS. Love you. What do you mean ignored? The fuck you mean ignored? I'm literally reading chat. By languages, yay, thank you. It's a step closer. A step closer to what I want. That's for sure. Well then. Which picture is it? Not that one. Not that one. Where is that? Okay, where's that picture? It's that, okay. But yeah, May, I'm happy you stopped by. I mean, if you want some free points, we can we can raid. You know, work on your recolor, but you get so mad about yourself doing it. End up doing pixel at a time, so it takes forever. I mean, I think there's settings on like some softwares that can help you do like recolors easier. I forget exactly what it is, but you know how sometimes when you highlight something in like a photo editing software and you change the color, but then the outline, like you used to like the magic brush to auto select it, the area, and you do that, but then there's like a little outline of fucking the wrong color. That's a setting you can change, I know. There's some way to do it. Alright, either way. You're doing Photoshop expensive. I mean, I do that stuff in Krita, and I think there's a way to do it in Krita. Either way, though, it is time for me to rest. I must rest. Again, I'm sorry for anyone who just came in and is like, oh no, I'm ending. But yeah, the stream was never gonna be that long. A big apologies. But hey, tomorrow will be more content headbats. Thank you, May. Thank you. But yeah, look, aren't you proud of me? I added the buggy parts. Look, buggy parts added. YouTube channel not tonight. I might. Maybe. I don't know yet. But hey, if you think there's no one out there thinking about you, you're dead wrong. I'm always thinking about you. I love all of you. I cherish all of you. Thank you for another wonderful stream. Even if it was more chill and more quiet, because I was doing math of all things. But yeah. Mwah.
Say true.